Hi, welcome to Mullinax Ford. My name is Brian Casper. I'm going to be talking today about the 2018 Ford F-150, which happens to be the #1 selling truck for over 41 years in a row. We're going to talk about the different cab configurations and bed configurations along with motor options. There's 3 different cab styles. There's a regular cab, which will stop about right here. Then there's a super cab that starts about right here. And then this is the super cab configuration. There's also some bed configurations that change the truck a little bit. There's a 5.5-foot bed, which is what we've got here. We've got a 6.5-foot bed, and then in a regular cab configuration or a super cab configuration, there's an 8-foot bed. Now, depending on what your lifestyle is going to choose, whether you need bed space or cab space, depending on the size of your family and what you use the truck for, is going to determine what your truck need is going to be. There's also some engine options for you. There's a 3.3-liter V6. That's a regular V6, naturally aspirated, twin independent valve. And then you've got the 2.7-liter V6, which is a turbo motor. So depending on if you're just driving around town and you don't need a whole lot of towing capacity, that's going to work best for you. It's going to get the best fuel mileage with about 22 to 23 miles per gallon on the highway. You're also going to be a 3.5-liter V6 turbo, which is a gas turbo direct injected motor, a GTDI, and that's going to give you about 20 to 21 miles per gallon, but it's also going to have the maximum towing capacity of about 13.2 in the correct configuration. There's also a 5-liter V8, and then there's a 3-liter diesel. So the 3-liter diesel is going to pull somewhere between 6,000 and 8,000 pounds, depending on cab configuration, and the 5-liter is going to pull about 11.2. One of the things you'll notice on every F-150 is the firewall. The firewall itself is made of a quiet steel, so it's basically 2 pieces of steel laminated together to reduce the noise, vibration, and harshness of every truck. It's also known as NVH level. Another section of the truck you're going to notice that's on every F-150 is this rail system here through. It's part of the frame, and there's 2 sections of it. One you can see, one you can't. They both tie together at the bottom of the structure and go all the way across the front of the truck, reducing the noise, vibration, and harshness, making your truck ride more like a car than a truck. One of the other features you're going to notice on every F-150 is the brakes. The brakes are a 12.1-inch rotor with a double piston brake caliper here, so it's going to allow you to have more brake contact, give you more stopping power when you really need it. Along with the front section here, you're going to notice an aluminum lower control arm, which is going to give you a smoother ride, and the car is again going to reduce the noise, vibration, and harshness of every truck ride. You notice we're at the back of the truck now. We're going to talk about the frame section here. You'll see this entire frame section is hydroformed and cross-welded through. So if you know anything about frame rails or sections of steel, as you tend to bend them, they heat up and create heat, which weakens the strength of the steel. Ford uses a process called hydroforming, which actually shoots water through the system, maintaining the temperature and maintaining the strength of the steel as it's formed and bent. You notice also we have outboard shocks here. It's the difference between standing with your feet together or your feet slightly spread apart. Have more stability and more strength as you're going down the road, especially with heavier payloads. So now we're at the tailgate of the truck. You notice that Ford has an integrated tailgate step. We've done this for a number of years. They reconfigured it so that the bars are actually integrated all within there instead of being on the top here anymore. So that's a huge improvement. Now, bed trucks are getting higher and higher. Their beds are getting harder and harder to get into, but now with this tailgate step, you can see how easy it is to get in, even for a guy like me with bad knees. You can also push them down, fold this bad boy up. Now you want to hear something awesome, this is built Ford Tough. So again, at the back of the truck, we're going to talk about tow packages. Ford has a variety of different tow packages, so make sure that you do specifics with your truck specifically. They range from anywhere from 5,000 pounds to 13,200 pounds. So make sure that you do the correct information and load packages on the truck that you need. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the display models. The first thing you notice is the instrument cluster. You've got a tachometer, speedometer, and your temperature gauges above you. Also, you have a digital readout, which you can scroll through to give you digital speedometer, engine hours, distance to empty, transmission temperature, and individual tire pressure monitoring. You can also go through your towing mode, so you can connect up to 10 different trailers, and it'll store it once you load all the information in. It'll even give you a connection checklist if you're conventional towing. It's going to make sure that you have your trailer connected correctly to the truck and walk you through each step. Even checking the lights to make sure that they're operating correctly.
You'll notice in this vehicle also we have a touchscreen availability, so that's going to give you Bluetooth connectivity and sync with Sync 3. And this one actually happens to have Sync Connect, though, so there's some extra features we'll talk about a little bit later once we do the sync video. You'll notice we have a 4-wheel drive button here. You can shift from 2 high to 4 high at any speed. It doesn't matter. To shift to 4 low, it is going to ask you to stop and put the transmission in neutral because of the dramatic transmission shift gear. This has an electronic locking rear differential, so you just pull the knob towards you and it locks in that rear differential. You can hear it actually clicking right now. This also has Pro Trailer Backup Assist, so once you store your information, you do not have to touch the wheel. You can just turn the knob to the left, your trailer will go to the left, the truck will follow. Wherever you point that trailer, this truck will follow it. This one has an integrated trailer brake system in it, so as you know, anything over 3,000 pounds does require that in most states. So it's already integrated, you don't have to add anything to this truck. You can connect to a trailer and go right now. Again, folks, my name is Brian Casper. I wanted to thank you for taking the time to watch this overview of the 2018 Ford F-150 here at Mullinax Ford of Olympia.